Beyond the Pale is the story about a young woman called Saoirse who finds herself as the paid companion of an old lady in the countryside. She's run away from home and discovers that this is the job from hell. Mrs., who's the old lady, forces her to operate a phone sex line with just one customer. And then when Saoirse falls in love with the local supermarket delivery guy, there's a tug of love and, of course, there's tragic consequences at the end.
The instrumentalists themselves are not very unconventional because it's a mixed setup of strings and winds. There's saxophone, electric guitar in it, which is a little more unconventional. But at the same time, I tend in my music to use a lot of additional instruments. So there are toys, weird objects, and there are a lot of recorders, blown bottles played by the instrumentalists in addition, just to get a wider range of color in the piece and to emphasize the weird and strange world Tom has already drawn in his play. And also we have the challenge that there is a moment when Saoirse is having phone sex with this strange person Dave, and for that I also use a baritone who's behind stage and kind of simulates the sounds that might come out of the phone, but in a very surreal way.
Pick up, it's for you.
For me?
Pick up.
For me?
Pick up. Talk.
Hello? No, this is Saoirse. Kathy's not here. Can I say who called? Hi, Dave. How are you? Yes, I'm good too. I'll tell Kathy you called.
Talk. Talk.
The piece is extremely funny, and I think one of my jobs as a director is to really bring out the humour that's in the libretto, but also in the score. I think there's so much humour in the music, and in terms of how the instruments are used and various motifs are repeated, and how the characters have different musical languages. And I think bringing all of those things together to make something which is in one way quite chaotic, but in another way is really logical and makes total sense, and is funny and is dark and builds the suspense over the evening, I think is one of the real challenges and one of the real opportunities with the piece.
How am I supposed to put food on the table if you treat the customer like that?
Oh my God, it's like a phone sex line. I don't know what to say.
And not wearing knickers would be a start.
You're so on a sex line. I'm there in the back of an ambulance, and the oxygen mask is there, suckety-suck, and the siren is there. And the heart machine is there, bippity, bippity, bip, and the minister.
I think it's very important to think, why do you use singers in a stage play, in an opera at all? And it always has to have a reason, and you have to feel like this role should actually be done by a singer. And in the case of Mrs., it didn't really work out for me. And we did also workshops on that and tried out different voice types. And at the end, we found out that like a straightforward actress would be the best solution. And I do notate in a way when the actress actually has to speak, but it's very approximate. So there's also left a lot of freedom to the actress in the end.
Dave, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. No, I'm not horny, Dave. I'm half asleep. But you, like, woke the woman inside me, Dave. Oh my God, it's him! I mean, it's her, Dave. It's my sexy lesbian girlfriend, Dave. I've got to get the door.
Open up! Open up!
Eek, look at me. I'm a total dog.
Open up!
I had a dream about him last night. Oh, yes, baby. Just a minute.
Jesus Christ! Open up!
Delivery, sorry for disturbance.
Just a minute. Oh my God, I'm like a total dog. Yes, baby, in my mouth.
For disturbing.
Open up! The man can't hold on forever!
Dream, and we
Sorry
got
for
married.
disturbing. I go.
Just a minute. Don't go.
Talk!
Yeah, baby, harder, harder. I had a dream. Don't let him go. And you were in
So far, the work has been really exciting. I think the piece has huge potential, and even though it's contemporary music, and even though Ben is writing for this diverse range of extraordinary instruments, I think the subject matter and the humor mean that it's potentially a really accessible piece for an audience also. And it presents a world which is recognizably our contemporary world, but is also a bit unhinged. So I think really what we're looking for now is to begin with an opportunity to complete the opera, to bring, so we've been working on about 30 minutes of what will be a 90-minute work here in Aldborough this week. We're looking to create the conditions so that Ben can finish the composition. And then we're looking to bring it to production. It's not a huge piece. It's written for 3 singers and 13 instrumentalists. And I think it can work in a range of scales and different kinds of spaces. But I think it has a real potential and real future, and we're really excited about bringing it to an audience after all the work we've put into it so far.